This matchmaking agency reached out to me a few months ago on Instagram, just like asking if I wanted to be part of like their female like database in case they have any like male clients that would be a good fit. And I was like, yeah, sure. It's a legit high-end matchmaking agency. I did the whole interview thing, and they've reached out to me twice now with like great potential matches, and they like describe the guy, and he's like, you know, obviously super successful, wealthy, and like really well-rounded. And I'm like, great, how old is he? And they're like, oh, he's 48. Both times he's 48. I'm like, I'm not dating someone 20 years older than me. Like, and I already told him that. I'm like, I don't care who it is. I don't care how they are 20 years older than me. It's a no-go. 10 years older is really my max, like 12 years at the absolute max. Does anyone have any success stories with matchmakers?
Guys, imagine a high-end professional matchmaking agency not being able to find you a date because your standards are too high. Isn't that crazy, guys? And now someone might say, oh, Hidan, isn't it normal that she doesn't want to date a guy who's 20 years older? Guys, I have no problem with that standard alone. You don't want to date men who are 20 years older? Congrats. But the reason, right? The reason why this matchmaking agency is showing her men who are 48 years old is because her standards are that she wants to be with the very successful 6-digit salary men. And they cannot find a guy earning 6 digits who is her age. You realize that, right? Like all these standards that this woman has, oh, I want him to be really wealthy, and you know, to have 3 cars, and to be 6 feet tall, and to be extra financially stable. Yeah, guys who meet those criteria are only above 40 and probably above 50 as well. They just found 2 who happen to be a bit younger than the usual. My hell, guys, women's standards are just through the roof. But anyway, gentlemen and ladies, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the desert. Today we're going to talk about women increasing their standards because we don't have enough of those. So let's actually get started with this one who has been increasing her standards successfully, and that has landed her at the ripe old age of 39. And some dude happened to point that out, and now this woman is upset.
At 39, you're fast approaching your best use by date. Is this you? The original little rascal? I wanted to be offended by this comment at first. I'll admit it got to me. Then I realized what's crazy is an actual dinosaur has a TikTok. And that's just something that modern day scientists need to explore a little more. So maybe you're right, Grandpa. My best use by date might be approaching, but one of us here is farther along than the other. And I don't think it's me.
Ooh, right in the feelings, guys. Holy crap, this dude just landed a critical hit on this woman's feelings. And why does it hurt? Because it's the truth. Because you're 39 years of age, my hell, and you haven't been able to find a man? What a loser. But gentlemen, can we take a look at this man? Editor, pull the video down. Everybody needs to see this man. Oh my freaking hell, guys. What a start. Guys, when I am 40 or 50 years of age, I want to look just like him. He has the leather jacket, you know, full black shirt, t-shirt, excuse me. He has these very cool sunglasses. And look at the hat. Oh my hell. My dude, you look like a cowboy. Holy crap, guys. This guy's drip is incredible. He has like his hand in his pocket like a badass, you know. Maybe he really is a cowboy and he's gonna make like swoosh and just pull a gun, you know, win the cowboy staring competition. Oh my hell, guys. You know, and this is why, guys, this is why men are more beautiful than women, right? Because you won't get this feeling of hell yeah from any woman, no matter the age. Okay, so you know what, a lot of people have been complaining about this. Oh, Hidan, you're just gay. Guys, I'm gonna level it up, all right? I'm not backing down. I'm gonna double up, in fact. Men above 40 are more beautiful than women. Alright? How's that? But anyway, let's move on to the next one. This is probably the coolest guy you'll see this month. What a badass. And of course, he hit her with a dose of reality, and oh my, is she pissed. But anyway, gentlemen, let's move on to this one. Ladies, this is the dating standard. Well, let's find out.
This is the only type of energy I'm going to be accepting while dating moving forward. Last week, I had 2 dates planned. One was on Friday, the second one was on Sunday. The one on Friday, he made a reservation for a certain time, and I was like, okay, great. So he texted me about 30 minutes before our date, and he's like, actually, we are going to go here. It wasn't far from the original place, so it didn't derail plans at all, but he was like, meet me here at the same time. I was like, okay, great. So I get there, and he's like, yeah, the first place didn't accept reservations, so I got there an hour early, and it was like an hour and a half wait, and I just said, you know what, thank God I made reservations for a plan B. So now he made reservations at 2 places. The date wasn't derailed at all. It was great. I thought there was so much planning involved. It was so thoughtful. It was like so refreshing to be able to shut my brain off, be able to show up, have the date. Nothing was derailed in any way, shape, or form. So on Sunday, I have another date planned, and he's texting me 4 hours before, like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to eat? What do you want? Like, asking me to basically plan the date. And I was like, you know what? I am coming off of a high from my first date. I will not be accepting anything less. And I just removed him because, like, no, that is a new standard.
Removed him from the app or from real life? Did you take him out? Wow, guys, you go, queen. You fucking go, queen. Yes, queen. Increase your standards, right? Now, don't get it wrong, guys. This guy is not getting anything, alright? He's a good planner. Congratulations, man. You did a very good job. That was very thoughtful. If you lived in like the 18th century, that would have probably landed you a woman, right? Not in this situation, though, because this woman is up in her 20s, and if she valued planning and all that, she will have been married by now, okay? That's just the case, guys. There's no lack of men planning dates out there. These women want to make these scenarios as if, oh, look, this is it's just this what I want. It's what I want. No, if you wanted that, you wouldn't be single close to your 30s, all right? And here's the thing, guys. These women, they keep here's the funny part, right? They keep increasing their standards based on bad experiences. And that wouldn't be a bad thing on its own. We've all been in bad scenarios and we've said to ourselves, oh, I'm never going back to that. I'm never taking that in again. That's a perfectly fine thing. My problem is, these women keep repeating the process like 40 times over, you know, which makes you question their honesty. So you've gone through this increasing standard process 40 times. Haven't you learned a single thing out of those 40 times? You will think, right, that after 2-3 bad experiences, they will have already learned what to do and what not to do. But no, that's the best part. They keep increasing their standards, yet they keep dating the bad boys. You see how dishonest that is? So you keep increasing the standards for a good man with good intentions, and you're making it almost impossible for them to meet those criteria. But then when we take a look at your dating history and at your actions, you're still dating the bad boys, which is why you still keep needing to increase your standards, because you're getting a bad boy after bad boy. You know, it's so dishonest, guys, which is why I said that if this woman really increased her standards in the right way, and this man planning ahead really impressed her, she wouldn't be single at this age. Alright? Reason why she's single at this age is because she keeps going back to the bad boys. She'll say, oh, this guy was so thoughtful, and then she will never escalate that, or if they get into a healthy relationship, she'll just sabotage her way out and go back to the bad boys. I don't care if they're increasing their standards. I'm not trying to meet them. But now, guys, let's move on to another blonde woman. And she appears to be very surprised. So let's see why that's the case.
You know what's wild? I've realized that men on dating apps, like, they will shoot their shot. They don't care. Listen, I'm not the most attractive thing in the world. I know that, right? But, like, you kind of know who's on your level in terms of attraction. Like, I was showing my friend some of the guys that, like, liked me, and she was like, what? Like, do they think that you're gonna say yes? And I was like, I don't know. And like, honestly, I'm not even mad about it, but I know when I scroll through apps, if I see a guy that's like super hot, I'm like, he's hot, but like, he's getting so many girls and he's like, he's not for me. Like, we're not on the same level. He's
Yeah, you don't do that. You just simply don't. Women, guys, compete. It's like they have their own arena and you have 25 women competing for the same chat. No, you don't see him and think, oh, he's out of my league, I'm gonna bounce. Hell no. Or maybe this woman genuinely believes that that's what she does. The only problem is that even a 10 out of 10 men she views as in her league, you know? So yes, maybe if she sees like the epitome of perfection, she'll maybe say, okay, you know, maybe Henry Cavill is out of my league, I won't shoot my shot with him. But yeah, any other guy who's a 9 or 10, she views in her league, which is why she never bounces. Get out of here.
he's way too hot for me. I gotta find somebody that, you know, is like kind of like me. I don't think men are like that. They're like, if I see something I like, I'm gonna like it. And you know what? Maybe one day it'll work out for me. Not me though. I stay away from the really hot ones. Those are trouble.
She knows by experience. Of course, guys. Whenever we see a woman on screen, guys, if we could see her body count, holy crap, you know. But they've all been run through, all of them. Okay, where you see her, guys, just picture if we could like cumulatively put all the men that have been through her in the same video. There will be no there'll be no space in that room to fit them all. So many wieners, guys, have been through this woman. We cannot fit them on screen. They will take up the whole screen. A whole screen of wieners, you know, will be in these women's videos. But now, let's move on to the last one. And this one is hilarious. I really wanted you to see this one.
So I'm 20 years old and I've never really online dated, but I've come out of an almost 7-year relationship. And so I figured, why not play the field a little bit?
Translation, I've come out of a 7-year relation. No, you dumped his ass for a bullshit reason, okay? That's the translation. He didn't cheat. He didn't do anything wrong. You just drifted apart, or the glitter wore off, you know, or it's not the same as before. Don't you love that one, guys? It's not the same as before. That's how, if women feel that way, it's over. That's modern women for you. Now, I want you to recall when you were 5 years old, 6 years old, that magical Christmas you had with your family, all in the matching pajamas, and your mother made cookies. And it was so fun and exciting, and you were excited to open the gifts. Or maybe think of some birthday you had, you know, the best birthday of your early childhood. Okay? That magic, guys, is never going to come back. Never. Or that really good time you had with your friends when you were younger and everything was good, or pre-COVID times when the world wasn't so toxic, or pre-internet times when everyone was happy, okay? That magic will never come back, guys. It's over. We become more cynical with each passing day. It's all going to the shitter. So that's life, you know? And it's crazy to me that these women want to keep the magic in their relationships. Oh, it's not what it was in the honeymoon. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Nothing is like it was. It's so delusional. Be expecting anything for that matter, life, a relationship, work, whatever, to be at all times magic and fancy and to never lose its spark. It's just, it's retarded, guys. You know, having the expectation that the relationship is always going to be bubbly and sparkly and exciting is the equal of expecting to be as happy throughout your whole life as you were in your early childhood, when you had no problems, nothing to worry about. You had your mother, your father together, you know, you had your friends. Sorry, it's retarded, you know, and that's why she left. I just wanted to make that really clear. But now let's continue.
Play the field a little bit, okay? And this is why not, okay? You got big mommy milker after we matched. Does that line actually work for you? Actually twice. I'm going for the hat trick. And when I say definitely not a third time, you know what his response is? Baby wants some milk.
I mean, hell yeah, guys. Can I get a hell yeah for this? My dude, Jeremy over here. This is a rare French W, guys. My bro Jeremy out here. Hey, give the baby some milk, you bitch. And I want some as well, in fact. This woman, guys, has the audacity to not give this baby his milk. Can you believe that? Where's the nurturing capabilities, right? I mean, this man, you may think he's messing around. No, he's trying to weed out the woman from the perfect wife. If you want to be a perfect wife, yet you're not willing to give a milker ever so often, sorry, it's not gonna work, you know? So, guys, and I'm not even joking when I say that this has actually probably got him a woman twice. This opening has gotten him a hookup twice. I absolutely believe that. Because if you're attractive enough, anything flies. Anything, really. You can start off with, you know, these obscene jokes. It'll work out. But anyway, guys, let's move on now to our article story. Which one should we do? Let's go with this one. I have a few lined up here. I had S3X with my girl for the first time and it all went wrong. Okay, so if there are any kids in the room, I know this is a family show, but it's time to take them away. So I, 22 male, have been seeing this girl, 19 female, for about 3 months now. Last week I went to her place and we had S3X. I have to note first that I really like this girl, and while I've had S3X with a few girls in the past, I didn't like any as much as her. As I said, we started with a bit of foreplay and then I went in, 4 thrusts later and it was over. Damn. Right away I went in again, same thing. We continued a bit after I finished the second time, but during I was going limp. Later that night we started again, same thing, 4 thrusts and it was over. I continued again for a bit, but same problem. In the morning again I finished in 4 thrusts. Damn dude, take it easy. What the hell is going on? This hasn't happened to me in the past or with any other girls. I should know that we didn't use a protection and it was my first time going raw, so that might have played a role. But why do you think it happened and how can I prevent it from happening? So why do you think it happened? Was she a goth girl? That will explain a lot. How do you prevent it from happening? Probably wear protection, not only because of that, but also because you don't want to get a woman pregnant, especially one that you know from 3 months. Note, from here on out I'll be using a protection because raw was kind of a mistake and very risky. Oh, you think so, you moron? But anyway, Hidan, why are you reading us this? Is this channel turning into like plus 18 content? Will you rename your channel Freaky Peace of Mind? No, guys. I wanted to read this story. It's actually the first paragraph that only matters, but I had to read the whole thing for the law. But here's the thing, guys. Now, this woman, so this is a 22-year-old man. He says, I've had S3X with a few girls. Now, this woman is 19, and of course, she has also had S3X with a few guys at this point. In fact, probably way more than the man, right? And this is, by today's standards, what you will consider a traditional conservative woman, right? Because she waited 3 months to have S3X with this man. 3 months, guys. My hell. Because most women give it away in like second date, third date, probably a week, you know. So this is, guys, this is as traditional as it gets by today's standards. Yet again, she's 19 and she's already had a few men walk through her, right? I mean, we can only assume. I don't know the exact number, but based on the average, that's what you get. And isn't that crazy, guys? Like, I want you to think of your mother. I want you to think of your grandma. This woman at 19 years of age has a larger body count, most certainly, than your mother or even your grandma throughout their whole lives. Isn't that crazy, guys? Isn't that crazy? Now, the average mother. I don't know everyone's mother, right? Thank God that that's not the case. It will be quite obscene, but you know, the average last generation mother or grandmother has a lower body count than a 19-year-old nowadays. Isn't that just crazy to you guys. I find it so crazy, you know? The last generation where you could have met a woman who half the city doesn't know is over. Okay, it's over. And again, this is a woman that is traditional. So even if she waits 3 months for each boyfriend, she probably has slept with 5, 6, 7 people already. This is lowballing it, guys. This is lowballing it, assuming she is conservative. The average woman, and now I don't know the numbers, and in fact there's not many studies around. I think the last study said that when women get married, they have on average, a body count of 5. This was the last study, it was from years ago, and I can tell you it does not represent reality of today. Probably the average woman, guys, not the average woman, but rather women on average, when they get married, they have a body count of 10, you know, double digits. And this is an average, so you have to consider that there are some women who are Christian and they marry virgin, and for each one of them, the next woman has to have slept with 20 men, you know, to make the average of 10. It's just so crazy to me, guys. Basically, if you ever get married, for each year you're not getting married with that woman you are gonna marry, she's increasing her body count at least by 3 or 4, at least, guys, with each passing year. It's so crazy. Like, some dude's future wife is currently getting railed, you know, because you either have to marry them at 18, so you can get them with like a body count of 3, 4, maybe 5, or with each passing year they keep increasing, guys, keep increasing, and the age of having S3X just keeps lowering. So now you'd have to marry them at 12 if you want them to be a virgin. If you wait till 13, oh, you're risking it, man, you're risking it. She's already, you know, in school, men are already starting to simp for her. Because, guys, women, I just saw a few weeks back the TikTok profile of a girl. She was like 8 years old. It was so disgusting, and she had all these TikToks playing obscene music that talks about sex and fucking, and she was dancing provocatively, not in the sense that I got a turn on by watching an 8-year-old, but provocatively in the sense that, dude, that is S3 actual dancing. Like, you are, you know, twerking and whatever the hell not. It's like, what the hell, guys? It's an 8-year-old girl, and she's already bitching on TikTok. You know, my hell, guys, it's just so over with dating and meeting someone decent, because these people, guys, they really don't realize the harm they're bringing upon their lives by sharing their body with everyone and sexualizing the hell out of their body, and just all this S3 content, and in general, just again being with too many people. There are plenty of studies, numerous studies of how it affects you mentally and psychologically and emotionally in a bad way. And people expect that they can go into marriage with a body count in the double digits and for it to go right. It won't, and it will lead to many divorces, who will lead to many children with single parents, who will lead to more crime, who will lead to the downfall of society as we know it. So yeah, this will all happen in a few years. Call me a prophet, guys. Call me the cynical prophet. But it will happen, and you know it. So, gentlemen, let me know what you think about all that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Please like and subscribe to support the channel so I can get my girlfriend, guys. I've been dreaming about her. But now, I'll see you next time, guys. Have a good one.